say, are you married? We'll say no, man.
But you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland.
Hello, my friends. How are y'all doing? I have missed you guys so much. I'm so sorry. I was sick. But Friday night, it hit me hard. And I ended up with the flu. But I was getting over it very fast. It was working its way out. And then it set into bronchitis in my chest. And to keep it from going to pneumonia, 2 doctor visits, 4 shots, and 4 prescriptions later, here I am today feeling the best I've felt in the last 5 days. And it was crazy. But anyways, I need to get something. Let me get something real quick. Okay. So, hey, brown eye girl, how you doing? I hope you had a good day. Oh, my hair. We crimped it. My daughter-in-law used the crimper on it. And of course, it's raining. It's foggy. It's wet. And this I had to pull up while ago because it was just fuzzing up in my face. So this is what I have. And I got home about 8 minutes ago. So I thought we would be done a lot quicker. Everybody's always so tired. But tonight we had lots of family and everybody was just having a good time. So I was tired. I was ready to come home. And I miss my people. But thank you very much. That's a sweet, sweet compliment. Because I don't feel like I look very good right now. And I sound rough. My throat is irritated just because of all the drainage that I've had. And it doesn't hurt. It just sounds horrible. But anyways, let's see who we got in the house. I know everybody's live right now. When I scheduled it this morning, nobody had plans to go live this late. Now everybody's live. Hello, Cheryl, if you're still here. Yes, it was 10:30 p.m. I'm so sorry, Cheryl. If you are watching it now or on replay or anything, I apologize for that. I was hoping to go at 9, but I was still at my daughter's house. Wait, what? Hello, beautiful. How you doing? We got Miss Janice. Hello, Miss Janice. I may have to give you your wrench back. We have had some issues, and I don't know who I have and don't have right now. Hello, Miss Peggy. If you're still here, thank you for being here. Oh, take that off. We got Brown Eyed Girl up in here. I don't know why your wrench was gone, but I apologize for that. Let's see. Miss Cheryl, Mimi of 6. Hello, beautiful. How are you? Linda. Hello, Miss Linda. Or Lita. Sorry. I don't have my glasses on. I'm squinting. So, all righty. Well, it's going to be an easy little chat tonight. We're not going to stay on too long. I just actually felt like doing a live today, and this was the only time I had. So I thought, I'm just going to go for it. And well, hello there. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So, anyways, so we got that out of the way. My sickness, my medicine. They gave me an inhaler, uh, nebulizer thing to mask to put over my face so I can breathe in that breathing treatment stuff. But they wrapped this thing around my chest. I did one breathing treatment, and then the second one they brought in lasted 15 minutes, and it tasted like bananas. It was gross. I don't like bananas. And it covered my chest, and I had to lay down, and then he turned that machine on, and it started rattling my whole chest area. I was like, it was horrible. But it was to shake it all loose because it was so tight. But got past all that. And last night, got to enjoy Christmas Eve with the grandbabies here. And it is their year to be here. So next year, I'll be at my daughter's with her babies for Christmas morning. But we had fun this morning, opened presents. They left and went to her mother's house and had lunch, and then come back, and we got ready and went to my daughter's. So it's been a busy day. But we had good food. We had good fellowship. We had a beautiful prayer of thanks for everybody and blessing of the food. And Merry Christmas, Chief. Thank you for being here. And I made it through the day. And I actually, probably for the first time over the last 4 years of not having this being the 4th year, not having my son here, was probably the first time I've really sat back and enjoyed it. And it was a good time. But before we talk too much about anything else, I just wanted to say, if by any small miracle Summer Wells or Sebastian Rogers is listening or happens to hear this at any time, I want to tell them Merry Christmas. They may not be where they want to be right now, but that's okay because they're strong. Stay strong and do not lose hope, because you both have this wonderful army out here of people who are fighting so hard that we fight with each other, and everybody is on edge trying to do the best that we can. And we're going to come and find you guys. We're going to find y'all. One day it's going to happen. We don't know when, but just be strong. And to the parents of these kids, I want to say this: not having your child, for the Wells, this would be year number 3. For Sebastian's family, it would be the first year, not having him there, not being able to pick up a phone or call. And I know that feeling as a parent. But y'all do not have anything definite yet. There is no proof anywhere that harm has come to them. And I just would like to say to each and every parent, grandparent, aunts, uncles of these 2 beautiful, beautiful babies, there's hope. There's always hope. And I ask those parents just to hang on to that hope, because you have hope. And when you get that final answer and there's no more hope left, then it's time to grieve. But if you have hope and you stay strong with your hope, then there's something there that is possibly going to be the greatest day. And to both of the mothers that were with the child last, I'm sorry life has been so hard or rough or whatever it is that you've been dealing with. But I also want to say this: you're having a hard time now because we've not been told the whole truth about that night, I feel. And it's for both mothers. Make sure that law enforcement knows every single detail of those last few hours. Please make sure that what your story is out there is the truth. We're here. We want to help. We don't want to tear down, and we do not want to bully other people and talk bad about each other and fight with each other. It's not what any one of us want. We just want to help, and we're here. But we're fighting an uphill battle because there's pieces to the story that are not there. And I ask that maybe tonight, on the birth of Jesus Christ, as we celebrate that day, just read everything about that last few minutes, what led up to those last few minutes. And let's bring those babies home. I don't want no ill will from either side of I'm not trying to put up a divider of any kind. That's not what today is about. And I just want to say to both families, stay strong, have faith, hold on to that hope, because until there is no more to be sought out, no more answers to be looked into, until that day happens, you still have hope. And we're here. We're not going nowhere. And we're going to be strong for these kids. Somebody out there knows something, because these two children cannot be the two children in this whole entire world that just disappears. It does not work that way. So if anyone else is listening that knows, I ask that you come forward. Make sure that you go over your story one more time with law enforcement. Just let them know what you know. Because as we sit here and we try so hard and we get frustrated and tempers start to flare up, we're not helping. The whole true crime community has become a joke. I have a missing young man that's about an hour and a half away from me, and his family is afraid of letting me talk about him. I just had a conversation this morning. I want to help. I want to help them. I want to put his face out and his story out there. But we're making a joke out of missing people's cases, and that is not what I came here to do. But I want to stay. I want to see these cases through. I want to see these babies home. They should have been home for Christmas. Their story should be told with truth and with dignity that these two children expect and deserved. They didn't have protection when they needed it. They might have talked to people, but they were overlooked a lot, it sounds like. But as I think about that baby Jesus being born in a manger all those years ago, he is the man that is sitting at the right hand of God Almighty. And he hears and he sees and he knows the truth. And one day, in my opinion, in my belief, each and every one of us will have to answer for what we were not accountable for. And I would hate to think that these kids are never found. And someone, that someone knows something and didn't do anything. Everybody came here with nothing but good in their hearts. Talking about missing children is a very hard thing to do. But if there was any chance that I could help a mother with a broken heart to find her child, that's what I wanted to do, because I don't have that opportunity of hope. I went out to a soggy, wet cemetery today to spend a little time with my son, who is next to my mother, who died at 1:00 on Christmas Day, which is next to my sister, who had her birthday on Christmas Day. And I spent time with each one of them today. But my hope for my son is that he's happy and waiting for me when I get there. That's the only hope I have. And when I come here and I start in on these cases, and you get so wrapped up into them and the scenarios that could be possible, or the chance that somebody knows, but they're not telling the truth. And then you start seeing evidence that the parents really aren't doing a whole lot. And it's being backed up by others that are close. It's hard to sit here and not give my opinion on all of it, because I don't get that opportunity of hope. And it hurts my heart to know that if there is hope for these two kids, Summer and Sebastian, and their mothers know something that will connect all the pieces together, and yet they're not saying a word. It's not right. It speaks louder than any volume out there. The other day I was listening, just trying to find something to listen to while I was feeling so yucky and I didn't want to watch TV, and I turned on some YouTube and listened to a little bit here, a little bit there. And as I did, I watched the other side, because it's obvious we have two sides. And I watched the Proudfoot side as several creators picked apart Jennifer Coffendorfer's live she did the other day. Jennifer Coffendorfer, who is a retired FBI agent, high up in the organization, and they're going to pick every word she said and turn it back on to the father. Because every word she said that was negative was towards the mother and the stepfather. But they can't see that. They don't want to see that, and I don't think they care to see that. And that is their issue and their problem, and they're to deal with when they go to have to go before God. That's on them. But the bad part is that's rubbing off onto everybody. And you feel like you have to defend yourself because you don't want anyone to think negative or bad about you. And so it continues. And then you have friction within your own groups. And then next, before you know it, it's within your own people. And it's like a virus that gets in a little crack somewhere, and it spreads all throughout. And before you know it, everybody's having to defend themselves because we have an opinion. And that's all there is to it. we have an opinion. I was almost ready to wipe my page clean after talking to this woman who is helping this family that has for 11 months looking for any answer whatsoever. No one is saying a word at this establishment where he was seen walking in the door, and he was never seen coming out. But they're afraid to talk to me. They want to watch some of my stuff. And I said, look, I'm local. I will come and help search. I'll come and do whatever. I'll get a flyer, all the things, whatever I can do, I'll help. But I was so embarrassed to think that I'm going to be connected to all this crap. And I was still not feeling good. And that irritates me more. I find friction within my own people. I was ready just to delete my account and walk away. And guys, I'm not telling you this story to feel bad about me. Don't take that. That's not it. Because I'm here. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm here and I'm going to stand up for these kids like I have been. But because the stepfather of Sebastian is putting out information to these other side creators to be put out to the public, because in just 2 hours, we're talking about 11 months that Sebastian has been gone. So just under 11 months, his stepfather's going to walk around and look in areas on video where he thinks he might have got hit by a car off of the interstate and slung over the side. Talked about it, went and searched a time or two. But if that's your scenario, why have you not been combing those roads all this time instead of putting out false information? That's my frustration. He puts it out there to them. They put it out. It gets all debunked and twisted, but yet we're the bad side, according to them. Summer Wells. Crap that's been attached to that baby girl's name is disgusting. I have heard things as far as bad things her father has done to her, and there's not one bit of evidence at all. And there is a possibility that it could be true. But no one knows for sure. And I did start out feeling bad for the parents. And I looked at them as people who had addiction to drugs. And the hurt and the pain of losing a child, and they lost 4 within just a month's time. And everybody's going to attack because they were turning to the drugs and the alcohol very heavily. Their addiction was in high scale level, I wouldn't even drink a beer for almost 3 years. I wouldn't drink a cocktail at all, a glass of wine, because if there was a possibility that if I drank another and I lost some of that feeling that I was having to deal with, I would never stop. I knew it. It scared me how bad I wanted that I did not allow it to happen. So, no, I was not surprised. And I did take up for the parents on that aspect. Their life was completely destroyed, whether they did it to themselves or not. 4 kids to zero, down to nothing. I felt bad for them. I do today still feel bad for them because if they are involved, which is a possibility, they have to live with that for the rest of their lives. And I could not imagine surviving that because I barely survived finding out that my son died when an 18-wheeler and my son's car met up on a rainy night when the 18-wheeler said, I did not see him until impact. And his lights on his car were still on. And they were both going well under the speed limit. But to think that I was have to live the rest of my life knowing that I didn't speak out and say every tiny detail, I wouldn't wake up the next day. My addiction would have already overtook me. Because even without having that addiction, there were days where I did not want to wake up. I didn't care. Katie, even Chris, I feel they've done something. They know something. They're covering up something. And the more they talk, the more obvious that is to me. And that's my opinion. But I still feel sorry for them. I've said it 100 times already. I feel sorry for them because if they are guilty, they too will have to live every day of the rest of their life knowing what their involvement was, how big or how little. No parent should ever have to live their life that way. And so, yeah, I do have sympathy for the parents, but I'm also not going to sit here and listen to parents that cannot speak on day 7 for the first time. It's only been 7 days. And you tell a story of what happened, but it's just little snippets. The next day that they talk, a couple of days later, there's a little bit more added, and a little bit more added, and a little bit more added. The truth doesn't change. I will stand on that until the day I die. I can close my eyes right now and I can tell you every tiny detail of that last hour I had with my son. Every single detail. I can tell you every detail after that. I can tell you that was actually the night that something in the universe was out of kilter or something, and you could stand the broom up on the floor and let go, and it stayed straight up. I have a picture. I left it standing in the hallway. I was hoping he would get home in time to see it because we had talked about it and he was going to try to get back in time to do it. It was just after that call came in that that broom fell. It sounded like a bomb that went off in my ears. I remember every detail. And it's the same story I'll tell 10 years down the road. I believe in my heart that last few minutes, few seconds I had with him will still be that vivid, clear as day. It's a gift from God that I can remember every tiny bit of it. But you ask me what happens once I realized my son was not coming back home, ever. I went into a state of shock. I had a whole community inside of my house. I had people driving in from out of state. I don't remember seeing them. But I can tell you every minute that led up to that event, that major moment when my child was no longer on this earth. And these mothers were the last ones with their child. And I will stay strong for these children because I made them the promise to have the truth be told for them. I'm not here to protect parents. I will talk on the parents, what I hear about the parents, and what I see the proof of is. That's what I'm going to do on my channel. And that's what I want everybody to take a step back. Appreciate your life. Appreciate the fact that we have the opportunity to speak on behalf of these children to find the truth. I want to be able to contact a family that is grieving because they can't find their child and not have a negative that I have to hurdle over because somebody else is on the other side that muddles all through this side. It's ridiculous and it's sad. And it makes me want to break and stop. And I just don't get it. But here we are on Christmas Day. Most of us got to spend time with our families. Most of us got to FaceTime family, call on the phone and speak to family. I got to do all those things today. I was very lucky. I even got to go to the cemetery. I got to talk to my baby boy I got to talk to my mother that died on Christmas Day when my babies were 4 and 2 and 1. I got to talk to my sister, who today would have been her birthday. And I had to be the one to tell her that our mother had just died on her birthday. But despite the heart that wanted to just crush because of all of that and dealing with all of this, I had a good day. I laughed with my grandkids. My granddaughter asked me questions about what I did when me and my brother was young, and what was your sister like, and what was our grandpa like and our grandma, those things. I got to sit down and do those things with my granddaughter, who is taking an interest. The other one, we're learning how to bedazzle our hair with little sparklies. So y'all wait for that. That video will be coming. And then the other ones, my 9-year-old granddaughter got a mirror, a stand-up mirror. On the back, it swirls around. The back's got all these little storage bins. She spins it back to the mirror and slides it open. Got all kinds of stuff stuffed up in that big old tall mirror. I was just amazed because I saw her taking that interest in her little rosy cheeks, her little hand sanitizers, her face mask. Because she said, I want to have good skin where I don't have to wear makeup. And my little grandson, who's 7, he got little Moose. He named his miniature weenie dog, who weighs about 1.2 pounds at 8 weeks old, Moose. But Santa brought him a puppy, and it was his responsibility to take him out to go potty and get him a little bowl of water and his little bit of food. And he was being very serious and grown up about it, even in all the chaos of the family and all the things. And I got to enjoy all of that today because I got to spend some time with those that I've missed the most. And to Seth Rogers, I would like to say, you're doing a fine job. Your son would be so proud of you. You have not stopped from the moment you found out, from all the crap that's being thrown at you. You are standing tall. You are standing strong. And every tear you cry is being heard. I don't know if it matters, but I am very proud of Seth. He's not going to stop. He is determined. And out of both of these children, that is the one parent that has made it very obvious that he will not stop. Nothing is going to stop him. And if people want to take that and try to destroy it, If they want to take a retired FBI agent that was very high up in the FBI that tells her experience with people like Katie and Chris and her versions and remembrances of all other cases, and she stated them, it was like what they said. If Katie and Chris said this, she stated a case where the parents said the exact same thing. And they're in jail now. You're going to pick her stuff apart and make it out like she's an idiot? I realized this morning when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh. I want to keep the flu. I want to keep bronchitis and not want to worry and deal with this. It was nice there for a couple of days. But then I was like, this doesn't hurt her. It's not stopping Seth. And that's basically because the truth will always prevail. They're the ones that look like idiots doing that. They're not making anybody else look bad. They're making themselves look bad. But I wanted to come on tonight and talk about all of this and talk to these two sweet faces up here. The faces of Summer. The face of that 3.5-year-old case. This girl. That sweet little smile. That little country girl. Where is she? Why do they want us to think someone came up a hill with all them dogs? No sound was made. In 2 minutes, she was gone. Why does Katie want us to think she came home from Texas Roadhouse? Sebastian took out the trash. He went to his room to play, like all 15-year-old boys do, I guess. No. But, hey, that's her story. And we're supposed to believe he turned into a ninja according to his stepfather and poof, disappeared. It doesn't make sense. Neither one of those stories of those two women, the mothers, it doesn't make sense. Something's missing. There's knowledge of something either being blacked out, either suppressed so far deep back, or you're just bold-faced lying to us. And I'll say this, I don't like to be lied to. So I'm going to stay on YouTube with my little old channel over here, Just Be Me. And I'm going to fight for these two kids. I'm going to fight for justice for them because they deserve justice. They deserve to be found no matter where they're at, no matter what state their bodies are in, whether they are with us still or not. They deserve to be found. Their story deserves to be told. They did not ask to be born. They were born into these families that are tippy-toeing around some truth that's missing. And the truth will always prevail. So I hope that those people that are listening right now, whether you're in chat, whether you're in the bushes, whether you catch me on a replay, I hope you stay around. I hope that you feel like these two kids are the reason we're here, because that's my number one goal. I'm not here to protect a parent. I'm not here to throw shade at anyone. But if it means when I hear things are not being done correctly and I'm not supposed to call it out, that makes me a fraud. And I'm not. I speak how I feel. Sometimes I'm sick and cranky, and the holidays are here, and I'm not happy. And the first thing I look on my phone and see disaster happening. And it just sets me off. And then I'm going to tell you how I feel. It might not be so nice, but I'm never going to lie to you. And I'm not going to lie about you behind your back either. I'm not that person. I'm never going to be that person. I don't like people like that. And I'm not going to become somebody like that. So I give you my promise. As we're about ready to start a new year, another year of talking if we have to, every day, going over the case, every day, putting out the flyers, every day, saying a prayer. Whatever it is that we can do, we're going to keep going. And I'm going to do it for the kids. And I want you all to know where I'm at, where my heart is at, where my frame of mind is at. Because there will be hate from this, I'm sure, somewhere. There's going to be somebody that talks about this in a negative point. And I just want you, as my friends here on my channel, that come and listen to me, and we dig in as much as we can when I got time. Sometimes I just get to where I can't be here all the time. I would love to be here more. But I'm hoping to start work on the 6th of January. And so I won't be able to go live during the day, but I can do nights. And I'm going to do it as much as we can. And I'm going to tell their story. And I pray that one day those two babies right there will be listening to us. I just pray that one day they get to hear this live. One day. And when that day happens and comes and goes, and I'm talking about somebody else's case or something happening, I want to be the same person that I've always been. But I have missed you guys so much. And it's been almost an hour. I've been sitting here yakking and talking, and I didn't sleep at all last night. Those steroids had me just like, I was writing things down. I can't even read what I was writing. My hands were so shaky. But I'm getting tired. And I'm going to take me a good long nap tonight. But I wanted to come in and tell y'all Merry Christmas. I hope you feel blessed today, even if you were by yourself. I hope something good happened to you today, just a little something. Because I prayed for each and every one of you that are my subscribers. I said an extra little blessing. I prayed for an extra little blessing for each and every one of you because you have that heart too. You have that heart of wanting to help, wanting to be there, wanting to stay on top of it. And so, y'all were in my prayers today. Everyone. And pretty soon it's going to be a new year. Here we go. Another time around. And I'll probably want to quit again. But I'm not going to, guys. It just gets really frustrating. It gets really old and it wears on you. And I prayed for me for strength. Because how am I supposed to stand up and talk for these children or because of these children is the better term. It's all for them. I want. Sorry, the garage door started giving up, and she's gonna howl. Anyways, never quit. Thank you, Peak. Thank you for that. But definitely, you guys going into others, listening to everybody. Always remember to say a little encouragement to that creator that you admire because it's a hard road out here. It's a hard road. And my little channel has been growing a little. And it makes me happy because more people get to hear. The babies are home. So the dogs are going to go crazy. Yes, Cheryl, they do. Every one of us need to step away for just a day or two. Longer if needed. But we're doing what we need to do. And I thank y'all for that. Hold on, please. My throat's a little sore. I have 4. I have 3 girls and 1 boy. And I'm so blessed. They're happy and they're healthy. My grandson has his little issues. And yet it doesn't stop him. And so, yeah, I'm that old. Matter of fact, my birthday's coming up the end of next month, and I'll be 58. So I'm feeling that old. But I won't let it stop me. I'm not going to. And that's right. My friend can't stop, won't stop. Speak the truth, even if your voice shakes. That's it. That's what's good. Excuse me. I don't have strep throat. I don't have, it's just irritating. And it gets dry and it hurts. I hope y'all can hear me okay enough. I was worried about that. My voice is, but, oh, thank you, brown eyed girl. Appreciate it. But we're going to keep going, guys. And thank you for believing in me and my channel. Thank you for being here and supporting me. I want you to know, each and every one of you, it means a lot. And I'm not perfect. And I might get mad and cranky and pissed off and cuss. But I'm not going to be telling you lies or anything, I promise you. And I'm not going to tell anybody's story that they tell me. It don't happen like that. It's not my story to tell. Much love to you, my friend. Love you. But I'm going to get off of here, take some more medicine. And I think I'm going to lay down and put me a movie on to watch or something. And hopefully tonight I get to doze off. But stay strong for Sebastian. Stay true to him. Don't forget about summer. There started being more drama happening over there, and I was like, I'm not going to get into that because that'll just piss me off. And I didn't want to get into that. So I backed off of that, and it's made me mad because she deserves more. But they don't want to hear what I have to say about it either. But it is what it is. And we're going to keep going. Oh, that's a classic. Love it. But I love you guys so much. I'm going to try to get on tomorrow if I can. See how I feel. Today was like I was bouncing off the walls. Right now, I could go to sleep and sleep really good tonight, I think, for the first time in almost a week. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But I've also been working on something put together, and I'm hoping to finish it up so I could play it for you guys because things that are said are important. And when you have a FBI agent, we know knows her stuff. And when she talks about something, and we have the proof, that's exactly what was said. Yeah, it's going to be good to listen to all of that mesh together. So we'll get it that go. I'll try to get that finished up tomorrow, and we'll get into that a little bit. And we need to get back on Summer's case. And that baby's lost. But people know. And they are trying really hard to cover up. But people know. And we're going to keep on. So thank you. And I hope that each and every one of you stick around, follow me down the rabbit holes. I am so appreciative of you. And tonight, when you close your eyes, just send a little sweet blessing to these two sweet faces. And send an extra little blessing your way, because you deserve it. So, with that, I'm going to just say, I'll see you soon. Love and hugs, everybody. Good night.